and you strengthen America's economy. Small businesses are part of the backbone of America's economy.
Today, our cities are flooded with illegal aliens. Americans are being squeezed out of the labor force and their jobs are taken.
It's not that I am against immigrants, but hey, pay attention to who's entering the country first.
Both parties not really representing what I feel are issues pertaining to the America that I grew up in.
I also think that this is a trash election.
It hurts people, you know, particularly when it's inaccurate. It can hurt people. And when you say things like Asian immigrants are eating dogs and cats.
In the streets of Washington, D.C., where people consume politics like nothing else, illegal immigration that remains America's most divisive fault line. Will people buy Trump's divisive campaign and inflammatory rhetoric, or will they agree with Kamala that she has a better governing agenda? Let us find out from the people.
I'm voting for Trump because he pays attention to, he's going to pay attention to immigration. The way the actual administration is doing, in other words, Biden and Kamala are doing, they opened the borders to all the immigrants from all over the world to come here. And many of them are good, but many of them are criminals. And unfortunately, the country is plagued with many criminals. And I am myself an immigrant, but I came the right way, and I am contributing to the country. It's not that I am against immigrants, but hey, pay attention to who's entering the country first. And Trump, I know that he will continue building the wall and make sure that not many, at least they have to find out exactly who is entering, not the criminals. And another reason I want to vote for him is because they are trying to silence opposing voices. If you are not a leftist Democrat, they want to accuse you and put you in jail. Now he's being persecuted politically. And when I said politically persecuted, is the district attorney, Kamala, Biden, and people from the government and the FBI and all those institutions are making up cases in order to persecute him and destroy him, make him loser. And they even want to kill him. Don't tell me that the government doesn't have anything to do about it.
So the immigration issue as perceived in Wisconsin, in my mind, is that we have quite a few immigrants that I'm aware of in Wisconsin. And I haven't heard any personal issues about that other than the border issues that are the major topic for the election this year. I know that there are many opinions that we welcome all immigrants as long as they come in through the legal process. So the illegal immigrants are definitely an issue to everybody that I talk to.
What do you like of Mr. Trump's campaign? He has quite some political views and extreme political views on immigration. How do you reflect on them?
Well, I can understand about like this need to kind of like push back towards like the illegal immigration that's moving into the U.S. Like the substantial like influx of people coming from Venezuela and other countries who, you know, have all these like criminal matters and poverty issues. And it's just kind of swamping the system, so to speak. Like it's because like, you know, like over there in New York and other places, they're having issues with like, you know, the huge influx of migrants coming in and just taking up so much resources and so much housing, and they're forcing them into like different schools, emptying the schools out and stuff like that. It's causing a huge issue too.
Donald Trump knows that the fear of a common enemy is the best way to consolidate voters. He has made illegal immigrants look like that common enemy. According to Trump, much of people's economic hardship, especially skyrocketing food prices, is a fallout of unwarranted spending on illegal immigrants. When Hurricane Hamilton devastated parts of Florida, Trump accused the Democrats of siphoning funds meant for disaster relief to house illegal immigrants.
Today, our cities are flooded with illegal aliens. Americans are being squeezed out of the labor force and their jobs are taken. And by the way, you know who's taking the jobs that are created? 107% of those jobs are taken by illegal aliens. And you know who's being hurt the most by millions of people pouring into our country? The black population and the Hispanic population, because they're taking the jobs from our black population, our Hispanic population, and they're also taking them from unions.
But despite this rhetoric on illegal immigrants and Democrats' alleged open border policy, did Donald Trump actually build the wall at US-Mexico border as he had promised before he came to power in 2017? We are in the city of Nogales. This is the US-Mexico border, and as you can see that there's a fence and there's some concertina wire added to the fence. Now, border fortification was Donald Trump's chief promise to his electorate, but during his term in office, all he did was just add some concertina wire to an existing fence, which people say they remember it being here ever since they can remember. So obviously they are dissatisfied with what Trump delivered in his first term vis-a-vis national security and border fortification, but there still seems to be some eagerness in them to vote for him because they want to eliminate what they call Biden's open border policy, and there are concerns and also sense of resentment against millions of people, Mexicans, coming into America. So they still are enamored by Trump's talk on border security, but they are dissatisfied also. But it seems to me that on polling day on November 5, they will probably vote for Donald Trump. There is a sizable section of the people that does not believe in Trump's representation of the American society as visit by fleeing jobs and criminals pouring in from outside. But for the black voters, his politics is a daily brush with xenophobia.
I don't have a reaction to it. You know, the best way to extinguish people that's spewing negative rhetoric is to ignore it. The highest form of disrespect is disregard. So that should tell you everything you need to know about how I feel about Trump's rhetoric towards immigration. It hurts people, you know, particularly when it's inaccurate. It could hurt people. And when you say things like Asian immigrants are eating dogs and cats, you know, that causes the people that are not really aware of the true topic or the true situation to develop negative emotions towards a specific race of people. And that can be dangerous. That's very dangerous.
Illegal immigration. What do voters in Washington, D.C. feel about that subject? Let us find out.
So regarding illegal immigration, I think the stance of Kamala Harris and, you know, her wanting to maintain some of the policies of, you know, making sure that people get in here safely, that their families are not separated, and also if they're going to do deportation, that they do not separate families that are already here with children that were born in the U.S.
But Donald Trump says that there is a lot of illegal immigration in the country and that also impacts the outcome of presidential election. Do you buy that?
No, it does not. No, I don't. It does. I do not buy that. I mean, I think that yes, of course, there is illegal immigration and it's happening. I think if they can properly fund the Border Patrol, that they can handle the influx of individuals and making sure that they get housed in the U.S. in a safe manner as they enter the U.S.
Are you satisfied how the American economy is working at present?
For the most part, yes. I think that you know, I worry about inflation just as much as anybody because groceries are expensive, and being able to afford just, you know, eggs and milk and things of that nature that are base things that people need to eat. That's a problem.
Donald Trump has been assailing Kamala Harris, calling her too left-wing to run America. He often derides her as Comrade Kamala. Political observers believe that this rhetoric could scare many Latino voters who have fled oppressive regimes in their home countries.
But for that to happen, we must defeat Comrade Kamala Harris. I use that term because you know what that term means, right? Communist. She's a Marxist, communist, fascist, socialist. She's not actually a socialist. She's gone past that. Remember, I used to say, America will never be a socialist country. Actually, they skipped past socialism. They started at communism. We must stop her country-destroying liberal agenda once and for all. So get everyone you know. You got to go vote.
In terms of data, the American economy is far from depleted. The unemployment rate in the last 2 years has been under 4%, which is a record of sorts in 5 decades. But public perception has been scathing in the face of soaring food prices, consolidating support for Trump, even as many undecided voters say that they will simply stay at home on polling day.
Well, I will not be voting in this election due to both parties not really representing what I feel are issues pertaining to the America that I grew up in. So I won't be participating in voting this year just due to the fact I don't have any weight in either party. I don't have any confidence that they'll be looking for America's interests at whole. So that's it.
Hello, I'm voting for Trump because as he had been in the past previous presidency, he had done the best as an American person towards the America to improve the life of us here in United States. So what he says now, and he tries to do the best of the law towards the country and all of us.
Kamala Harris has pivoted her campaign on what she describes as an opportunity economy. She has promised to continue many of Biden's stated public policies, such as tax credit to middle class and lower income families and reducing drug costs.
My plan is about saying that when you invest in small businesses, you invest in the middle class, and you strengthen America's economy. Small businesses are part of the backbone of America's economy. So I'm going to make sure that the richest among us who can afford it pay their fair share in taxes.
The simple fact with Donald Trump is not about black, white, or anything. Donald Trump supports nobody but himself. So those are one of my biggest reasons why I am supporting her, because she comes from a humble beginning. Donald Trump don't know what it is to go to the store and buy milk before. He don't understand that. So those are our biggest issues that is following us today.
I also think that this is trash election. Donald Trump's a piece of shit. I can't believe that we're in this situation. So obviously I am voting for Harris, but yeah, that's my thoughts on that.
The race to the White House is too close to call. The president will be elected not on the basis of popular vote, but by a system of electoral college wherein every state is given a certain number of electors based on its population. The magic number is 270. There is frustration over the economy, and Trump's rhetoric on immigration is adding to that frustration. There is also the fear that the human rights situation in Gaza might provoke some Arab men to stay at home. This could disrupt Harris's prospects in the key battleground state of Wisconsin. But Kamala Harris has described the stakes of this election as a battle to save democracy. Whether or not people will warm up to that message, we will know after November 5. Anando Bhakto for The Wire.